Welcome to the second episode of Popcorn Pictures. Only we're calling ourselves, Careless Critics?
Yes,
right?
sir.
That sounds about right. Yep. So welcome to the, what was it, Backdoor Pilot? I don't fucking know. Anyway, welcome to the Careless Critics. Today we're going to be talking about the movie Scoob.
Yeah.
Now, Arsh, before we dive into this gem of a movie.
Right, yeah, spot on.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
We should shut the fuck up. Anyway, we should talk. You want to talk about like our history with the Scooby-Doo franchise, like how if we grew up with it, all that shit?
Yeah, sure. So when I was younger, I used to watch it a lot. Well, not a lot. Like when I was, fuck. How should I say this? Like when I was bored. Yeah, when I was bored, I used to watch it a lot. So, you know, like I liked like the whole like mystery aspect of it. Like I liked like remembering all the characters and seeing like who could be the villain in it. But in this Scoob, it was just poor execution. There was nothing to it.
So yeah, I didn't really grow up watching Scooby-Doo.
Right.
Like whenever sometimes I'd stay home sick from like elementary, and Cartoon Network would play it, and I groaned every time they played it because I never really got into it because I hated how all the monsters turned out to be like just dudes in like a Party City mask.
But that's the best part, though.
Well, give me real shit. Like the one Scooby-Doo thing I liked. I heard Zombie Island was like this too, but I never watched it. But there was that one where it's like they get stuck inside a video game, and there's like this virus trying to hunt them down and shit.
Right.
The virus was real. So
honestly, I don't think I've ever watched that episode, but it sounds pretty good.
no, it's like a little movie. But yeah, anyway, Scoob.
Yeah,
so
Scoob.
Let's dive into that. Now, before we start just bashing this Hanna-Barbera nation, or whatever the fuck, I think we have to acknowledge Dick Dastardly, that Freddie Mercury motherfucker. Like, was the best thing about this movie.
I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of the villain, but
the villain was awesome.
But the name was freaking genius. Like instead of calling it Disastrously, they just took out the S and put what did they call him?
Dick Dastardly. He's from Wacky Races. Honestly, his whole we could do spoilers or whatever. Yeah. But his whole motivation wanting to save his dog from like basically hell.
Right.
Like that was like probably one of the best parts of the movie. One of the things that got like an emotion out of me.
But the thing was that like he made it up though that when he wanted to save his dog.
No, he did.
I thought he did because he was like, dude, I don't. He like.
Did you watch it?
Yeah,
there's like a whole ass scene where you're
yeah, the ending threw me off. I don't know why they did that, but the middle part, he was like, dude, my dog wants to go in that portal, right? And it didn't show that at all.
When he went in the portal and he hugged the dog pretended to be dead or was sleeping, and then he was like, "No, Muttley, I've come too late." And he's like hugging Muttley like, "Oh dear Muttley, I'm sorry." And then the dog like wakes up and he does the classic and he's like, "Oh Muttley, you're alive. I hate you. Oh come here, Muttley, I love you." And it's like that was cute. That was a cute thing. But honestly, like he's not even like a Scooby-Doo guy. He's from Wacky Races.
I don't know what that is, but
it's another. So basically, this movie was supposed to be like basically Hanna-Barbera's Iron Man. It was gonna set up like this huge like cinematic universe with all the different Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like the Flintstones, Jetsons, like all those cartoons are gonna be connected. And Scoob was like the launching point for that. That's why there was like Blue Falcon, Captain Caveman. Wacky Races, dude. And if you looked in the background, there was like all these like Easter eggs and references to other Hanna-Barbera like classic cartoons, and like there was so much potential to, like it
was just poor execution at the end of the day.
Like honestly, how Scooby-Doo, like one of the first things you think of is like them solving mysteries.
Right.
There was no mystery in this movie at all.
It was just more of like a supervillain versus hero type of thing.
Yeah, it shouldn't be called Scoob. It should be called Blue Falcon.
Exactly. It was, like I said, poor execution in the movie, and it was just a disgrace to the Scooby-Doo Foundation at the end of the day. But let's stop bashing it for a second. What's the pros of the movie?
We said Dick Dastardly.
That's just one, though. Like, come on. Like, let's talk about the animation.
The
animation. That was beautiful. Spot on.
Did it remind you of, like, the Peanuts movie a little bit in that kind of animation?
Yeah, actually, a little bit. It was just really good. Like, it was a different, like... it was different. There's nothing
It wasn't like the typical like Pixar Disney animation.
Exactly. It wasn't like 2D. It felt like a 3D like vibe to it, I guess.
Well, it was 3D, Arsh.
Exactly. It gave a 3D vibe, but usually those movies, like, if we're talking about, like, I don't even fucking know what I'm saying anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Never mind, fuck that.
But honestly, like, not thinking about it, like, the only mystery was, like, in the beginning, like, that little 10-minute scene where they're, like, little kids and stuff. There was, like, a little haunted house mystery. And then this is for a pro, I really like how they basically made the CGI version, like, the original, like, cartoon opening with, like, them walking through the door, and door opens up, and there's, like, that green dude just staring at them.
Oh, right, yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, they used to freak me out when I was younger.
It gave, like, a goosebump vibe to it, honestly.
Yeah. To be honest, but I think Scooby himself is probably the closest to, like, being the most real, because he actually voiced by Frank Welker, like, the original Scooby-Doo actor. He's been doing it for years. Right. The only thing I think was off about the portrayal of Scooby is he felt, like, too articulate, really.
Right.
Like, he, in the cartoon, he was like, Shaggy, Scooby, Shaggy. But in this one, he's, like actually saying sentences, like, Shaggy, don't die. Yeah. I love you, Shaggy.
Yeah, and I don't know where you freaking learned English and shit, but that shit did not sound right.
I think, and honestly, Zac Efron was, like, fine as Fred, but Frank Welker is, like, the original voice actor of Fred. Right. So they probably just wanted his name, to sell the movie and shit, but
right.
I think they should have gotten just Frank Welker, like, while he's in the booth doing Scooby. And it's not like Fred had that many lines in the movie anyway.
Exactly.
Fred, Daphne, and Velma, I think, got pretty sidelined. So they just have Frank Welker do the Fred voice or whatever, but I get it. You need Zac Efron movie posters and shit.
That's the thing. Like, I think they should stick as close to the original as they could, and that way it could have just gave like a nostalgic, viewpoint again, like the old like Scooby Doo's did. Like, this one was just off and all around.
And so I think we should talk about one of the biggest problems with this movie.
Right.
Dude, Will Forte, I know you're trying, man. Just, you're not a good voice as Shaggy. I know, I hear it. You're really trying, but
right. It just gave off a different vibe. Like, it didn't give it that stoner vibe like the old like Scooby's Doo did. Like, you could tell that he was just the biggest fucking stoner. And this one, he was trying too hard. He was trying too hard to be a fucking like a stonehead.
Bro, you this might be a nitpick. It is a nitpick, but did you get a little like creeped out anytime they would zoom into Shaggy's face and he just do like this weird smile, right, like he's holding up Scooby's like little leash and he's just smiling, right, and
that
like
shit was gay as fuck, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
And like on Velma, they didn't do much with Velma, but did she come off a little like more snarky or sarcastic than like the original one?
I think she acted the same, I think, in my opinion. But the problem was we didn't see a lot of, movie screen from her. Or, like, the three other characters. Like, yeah. I swear there was only, like, maybe, like, 10 minutes of movie time for all three of them? It was some bullshit. It's just, like, there should have been more of each.
Yeah, and I don't know much about Blue Falcon, and I never heard of it until this movie came out. And when I heard Mark Wahlberg was going to do the voice of him, I was expecting, like, like this really thick, like, Boston accent, like, I can't do one, but, like, hey, what's up? I'm Blue. I can't do it. But, honestly, I think Mark Wahlberg, like, his voice pretty good. Did he almost come off as sounding like Ryan Reynolds to you? Well, I thought it was Ryan Reynolds at first.
Honestly, I didn't really pay attention to the voices like that. I was trying to see if they stick to the plot like they originally intended it to. So, you know how the original plot was about friendship, right? That's another thing, I guess. Like they were separated as a group, and it doesn't make sense to the plot at all. Like, three of them stuck together, and then Shaggy and Scoob stick together too. If they wanted to do something about friendship, they should have done all five of them together in a van, like solving a mystery, I guess, like an original Scooby Doo like would do, Yeah. But it's just like I said, this movie was just off a lot, and yeah.
I don't know much about Captain Caveman either, but isn't he supposed to be like all like mad with the club and yelling and shit? Like, Tracy Morgan didn't really come off like that.
No, he didn't.
But I don't know much about.
I don't even know if it was a caveman. It literally
no, it's Captain Caveman.
That shit looked like a mop, bro. That shit looked like a fucking mop. I guess the animators got fucking bored. They're like, fuck it, let's
spice it up a bit.
Literally. Dude, they had to be a little bit cleaner than that, like in the past. Like, come on, they didn't look like a mop.
There was some big like what the fuck moments in this movie.
Right.
Like just in the opening, like fucking Tupac, California Love is
Exactly.
playing.
That was such a disrespectful thing for Tupac to be at the beginning, and this was such a letdown of a movie too. Like, I don't know. They definitely put like that song in disgrace right there.
And I think the biggest what the fuck just. Simon Cowell's in this movie. He's not playing a character. He's not playing a character or anything. He just comes in like as Simon Cowell.
Yeah, right.
And just sits down in the diner with Scooby Gang. And first thing they do is Shaggy and Scooby start singing "In the Shallows."
Yeah, I know.
the Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga song. And Simon goes on to tell them that they're trash and they're trash and they bring nothing to the group.
Right.
And that sets them apart. Pretty much, if you think about it, Simon Cowell, there'll be no plot or anything if Simon Cowell didn't come in. He started the whole thing, pretty much, the whole conflict in the movie. It kind of, like, at least in, like, Shrek 2, like, he was just, like, a DVD bonus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yo, you didn't know that in Shrek 2, there's, like, Far, Far Away Idol. And Shrek, Simon Cowell, and Fiona are, like, judging the other characters singing and shit. But in this one, he just, like, pretty much shoehorned right into the movie.
Exactly. Like, I feel like that, like, the producers are like, yo, fuck it, we need Simon in this bitch right now. No freaking jumping. Like, just, make him an entrepreneur and we're good to go here.
Like, I know the original Scooby-Doo had, like, some guest stars sometimes.
Right.
But I don't know why it felt so weird here.
Exactly.
But, well, it probably felt weird in the other one, in, like, the old one, too.
Right. But the closest they got to, like, an original Scooby-Doo show was, like, at the ending. When they took off the mask of the villain, Dick, and then freaking Simon came up, right?
Yeah, but then he took it off again.
And then he took
Dick
it off again, exactly. They should have just stick to Simon, honestly, and that would have been better ending, in my opinion.
Nah, because I need Dick Dastardly to come back for the sequel. I can't just have him be, like, Simon Cowell's persona. I need more Dick in my life.
Let's get realistic, though. Would you see another, like, prequel to this?
Prequel?
Or sorry, sequel. Do you see another sequel happening?
Honestly, there's, like... I like the idea of just all, like, the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like, in this one big universe.
Right.
And if they could just learn from this one, you know, like, maybe, like, I think it'd be kind of cool to see what they do with, like, Tom and Jerry. Like, maybe it's, like, Tom and Jerry in the Flintstones universe or something like that.
Right, yeah, they should infuse all that.
Like, there's so many, like, endless possibilities.
There's a lot of potential there.
But I don't know if this movie tanked or not, but if it didn't do, like, that good, they're probably not gonna...
Exactly. It didn't get good ratings. I don't see why it could, honestly, you know, be another movie compared to this, honestly. But...
Yeah, so, should we wrap things up now?
Yeah, I think we're good for now.
Alright, what would you rate this movie? Out of 10.
I would rate it out of 4. I wouldn't suggest it to anyone, honestly. It's like a movie that you would want in the background. Not like there was nothing really to pay attention to, honestly. But what about you?
I'll rate it a solid 5.
Why is that?
I think as we talk about them, I see like I can see like the possibilities with this universe.
Right.
And there were like glimpses of that in here. Just fucking get rid of Simon Cowell. And if you want this movie really good, like you gotta bring in the OG Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, Scrappy Doo was in this would be a 10 out of 10, but as it stands right now, if they just going in the future, portray the characters better, and keep more true to like what made these franchises like so popular in the first place.
Right.
Like you can have something great in your hands, but as of right now, I give it a solid 5 out of 10.
All right, not bad.
This has been the Clueless Critics, episode 2 or 1.5, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and we'll catch you on the flippity flip.
And make sure to subscribe or like the video and drop a comment if you have anything to say.
You fucking begging whore.
But, yo, you gotta freaking... Fuck you.